Welcome to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe.
And I'm Kiera Cotton. Thanks so much for being with us. Dan, I missed you last week. Sorry, I was out sick.
It happens, it's all good, but you know what? We're back together again.
We're back again, and it's my birthday week, so we're going to celebrate big time.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy early birthday.
So it's your birthday week.
Yeah.
The Guardians are just doing amazing, and the Cavs are kicking off in the
playoffs.
The playoffs.
Yeah, we're hitting the road, so fingers crossed that we play well on the road.
But it's gonna be a great year for sports in Cleveland. Great summer, everything.
So let's take a look at what's coming up here on TV20 News.
COSM is one of those facilities that will allow us to be 18 hours a day, 365 days out of the year.
We're one step closer to having an immersive sports and entertainment venue in our own backyard. We check in with the creators of COSM, coming here to downtown Cleveland.
We're really excited about Saturday. It's Independent Bookstore Day.
An independent bookstore and community space. I'll tell you all about Third Space Reading Room, how they're celebrating Independent Bookstore Day, and how you can find a lot more than just books at this Glenville spot.
Thankful for this program, thankful for the guys.
A program through the city helped one Cleveland couple's home get a much-needed makeover. I met with Billy Johnson, whose home was the 1,000th in the age-friendly home repair program.
Cleveland is one step closer to becoming home to the world's 5th COSM, an immersive sports and entertainment venue. If you haven't heard it yet, COSM uses high-resolution wall-to-wall LED displays, with the goal being to blend virtual reality visuals with the live social venue environment. COSM, Bedrock, and Bedrock Entertainment Group hosted the groundbreaking ceremony in downtown Cleveland. Right now, COSM has venues in 4 other cities: Los Angeles, Dallas, Atlanta, and Detroit. Mayor Justin Bibb, City Council President Blaine Griffin, and Nick Barlich, the CEO of Rock Entertainment Group, were all at the groundbreaking. The CEO and chairman of COSM was also there to celebrate.
It's literally the best seat in the house, right? You come in, say for example, you're watching a basketball game, you are courtside, you are under the hoops, you are in a suite. We produce every single game that we do. You have multiple camera angles, just unbelievable things that you might not get even in the arena itself. And an NBA will famously say 99% of their fans never get to an NBA game, right? Let alone be able to sit courtside. That's the promise of what we can do, leveled up with great hospitality, food, drinks, and it's that energy, it's that fandom that we try to produce.
And it really complements all we have going on in downtown, whether it's at Playhouse Square or the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And the great news for us is that COSM has the versatility to welcome any myriad of events, whether it's sports and entertainment, it could be experiential cinema, we're getting into live music eventually. There's so many things we can do with COSM. It'll really allow Cleveland to be an always-on city.
COSM Cleveland is slated to open in 2027 right across from Rocket Arena, with programming like live sports, experiential cinema, immersive art experiences, and so much more.
TV20 was there for the grand opening of the 4th and final phase of Sankofa Village. Sankofa Village has a total of 236 modern, energy-efficient, and affordable homes in Cleveland's Cedar-Central neighborhood. The event marked the completion of a transformative redevelopment partnership with Cuyahoga Metropolitan Housing Authority, Ralph A. Falbo Development, and Pennrose.
And as we know, cities like Cleveland across the state and across the country are experiencing a housing affordability crisis. And Cleveland is on the front lines of that crisis.
We're here to celebrate a development that we've been working on for over 10 years. It's important because it's something that so many people in our community need. It doesn't matter, what side of town it is. Everybody needs to have affordable housing.
The human impact for having a development like Sankofa is the opportunity for us to bring mixed housing, affordable housing to a neighborhood who has oftentimes needed investment.
Residents will have access to Sankofa Village's community amenities, including a playground, computer lab, and community center.
It's an event that provides over 1,000 neighbors experiencing homelessness with access to resources and services. The annual Homeless Stand Down took place at Public Auditorium in downtown Cleveland. The event drew more than 300 volunteers, 50 service providers, and 1,000 guests. The unsheltered who attended were able to get access to medical services, haircut, reading glasses, mental wellness programs, and everyday essentials, as well as backpacks and bus passes.
So in one day, someone who's experiencing homelessness can access all of these services, and on any other day, it might take many, many trips to many different service providers to get access to the same services.
13 sponsors made this year's event possible. Homeless Stand Down was created over 30 years ago to address veteran homelessness. You can learn more or volunteer for next year's event by visiting Business Volunteers Unlimited's website at bvuvolunteers.org.
The Cleveland Department of Aging just celebrated its 1,000th age-friendly home repair, and one homeowner's house has a fresh new look thanks to it. The Age-Friendly Home Investment Program provides grants or assistance to seniors and adults with disabilities for critical home repairs that enhance safety, independence, and accessibility.
The paint was peeling and the material was like paper, and it was horrible.
We've noticed that there was a need for additional home repairs behind traditional grants. So at one point, City Council collaborated with the director and the department to fund this project.
We cost nothing. So we have our homeowners become qualified based on income levels and age.
This is God sent. I can't stop telling you that. Thankful for this program, thankful for the guys. And sometimes we need that zap.
You can learn more about the Age-Friendly Home Repair Program at the city's website, clevelandohio.gov, and then click on the Department of Aging.
Hey, Cleveland. Here's what happened at Cleveland City Council Monday, April the 20th. Council approved legislation to improve, rehabilitate, or renovate the Erie Street Cemetery and the Highland Park Cemetery Mausoleum. The estimated cost is $650,000. Council approved legislation regarding the city's out-of-school time program. They include Art House, Beat the Streets Cleveland, Center for Arts-Inspired Learning, Holden Forests and Gardens, and more. The goal is to ensure Cleveland youth have out-of-school summer programs. Legislation was also introduced to change sections of the city's paid parking regulations and prices. The legislation will go to the Directors of Public Works, Finance, and Law. It will then return to council committees before a full vote of council. That's a look at your Cleveland City Council wrap-up.
A nationally recognized nonprofit right here in Cleveland, 1,000 Ties empowers youth and their families by teaching essential life skills, and it all starts with a simple but impactful gesture of tying a tie.
I was able to sit down with the founder and CEO to learn more about upcoming family resource events 1,000 Ties is holding across the city. Joining me now is Joanne Moss, founder and CEO of 1,000 Ties. Joanne, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
I love origin stories. What's the origin story behind 1,000 Ties?
So 1,000 Ties started when I saw my son teach himself how to tie a tie on YouTube. And so for me, it was like there has to be, some sort of resource that could help these young men not only learn that skill, but other skills. And I didn't see anything, so I created it.
But what year was this?
That was in 2018.
2018. So what do you do for the young men that come through your organization? What happens? What do they get to learn and do?
They're learning everything. We're building confidence. We're big on public speaking and social and emotional development and helping them to fill those gaps. So things that you don't really think about, changing a tire, kitchen safety, first aid, CPR. So things that are kind of void in some spaces, but they're also being paired with mentors. So now they're getting that one-on-one interaction, whether it's from somebody that they know or somebody that we match them with.
Isn't it funny, or not funny, but amazing how wearing a simple tie, maybe a jacket, can change your outlook on everything, give you a whole different mindset?
Yes, you notice how proud they are, how confident they are, how much they are present in those moments because they feel seen just by having on that tie.
The big news that we're talking about today is you have some resource fairs coming up very soon. This is a really big deal for 1,000 Ties, isn't it?
Yes, we're so excited. This year we're actually doing 5. And so this was our way to kind of be able to still be a part of the community. We started them during the pandemic. And so it's continued to grow. And we're really excited about being able to partner with these schools.
So then you have 3 in Cleveland. Then you have the one in Shaker Square.
Shaker Heights.
Shaker Heights, the other one down in Akron. But the 3 in Cleveland, let's talk about what's coming up. The first one being E. Clark Elementary. What do people expect to see at these resource fairs? What's it going to be like?
It's going to be like a backyard cookout. So we're going to have music, we'll have hot dogs, we'll have ice cream, but they'll have multiple community organizations right in their neighborhood where they can get information and free items. And then we'll also have games. We have a game truck. We have food bank going to come and they're going to give out free food. So it's all about being able to bring information and resources right into their neighborhood.
And what kind of resources are we talking about? Maybe health, maybe lifestyle?
Yes, so we have health, we have mental health, we have insurance, we have rhythm and stroke that'll be there to be helping people learn how to swim, which is a huge, huge thing right now. And so we have the Foundry will be there, which is a cool space that a lot of people are just now getting familiar with. We like to be able to bring them into the communities as well.
The Foundry for rowing?
Yes, yes. So they bring the rowing machines, and so the children kind of get to experience that and learn about the different sailing and swimming programs.
Oh, that's great. Well, talk about the three. We mentioned E. Clark, but talk about where they're going to be and when.
So East Clark is our first one, so that will be on the 28th. And then on the 29th, we'll be at Waverly, which is on the west side. And then the week after that, we'll be at Frederick Douglass, which is on Fulton Avenue.
Okay, all probably in the afternoon?
Yes, they're all going to be at dismissal. So the goal is for the children to get like an hour or so of interaction, and then we're there so that the parents, when they come for pickup, now they can participate as well.
Well, are you still looking for resource vendors to show up to these places?
Yes, we are looking for organizations and businesses that offer free information and resources for our families. We like to make it as interactive as possible, so we want people to bring stuff that the families can use that they might not even know exists.
So how can the vendors reach out to you?
They can go right on our website and apply. Is 1000ties.net, 1000ties.net, and they can apply on the vendor application.
Now, for those who want to go and experience a resource fair, I know the kids coming out after dismissal, but do they have to register or can they just show up?
No, they just show up. We're not asking you to fill out any papers or anything. We just want you to come, be a part of, have fun, get some information, get some free food, and just enjoy the afternoon.
How many years have you been doing this resource fair?
We started in 2020, and so back then there was only 2 locations, and so it's grown to 5. So we're really excited about that.
Congrats. You see things just starting to expand and grow.
Yes.
If people want more information about the resource fair or even at 1000 Ties, is it the same place? Where can they go?
Yes, they can go right to our website, 1000ties.net, or they can follow us on social media, Instagram. It's all 1000 Ties.
You know, we have a couple more seconds left, but tell me how you've seen 1000 Ties grow from its humble beginnings in 2018, 8 years later to 2026.
It's really becoming a national program. So we travel the country teaching children how to tie ties. We're headed to Indianapolis soon. We were in Baltimore and Atlanta. So it's becoming a really big thing of people wanting this base of learning how to tie a tie and seeing where our young men can grow from there.
It's a great life skill. Joanne Moss, thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
When you come in, you'll get a passport, which lists all of the other participating bookstores that you can take to them, collect your stamps, and at the end, you're entered for a grand prize.
If you're looking for a way to celebrate Independent Bookstore Day, shops across Cleveland are collaborating in a fun way. I'll tell you how Glenville's Third Space Reading Room is taking part coming up next.
This year we have had an unacceptable number of fire deaths in Cleveland, and most could have been prevented by working alarms. We want to remind the public of the importance of working alarms and to ask residents and businesses to help us save lives. Hello, I'm Lieutenant Mike Norman from the Cleveland Division of Fire.
And I'm Vaughn Miller, retired Deputy Fire Chief and now with the Western Reserve Fire Museum and Fire Safety Education Center right here in Cleveland.
With the support of the American Red Cross, Cleveland firefighters install hundreds of smoke alarms every year. Residents can receive free smoke alarms by calling 216-361-5535. But firefighters know that smoke isn't the only danger facing our residents.
Carbon monoxide, also known as CO or the silent killer, is a colorless, odorless gas that can build up inside your home due to a malfunctioning gas furnace or poorly ventilated gas appliance or fireplaces. If undetected, too much carbon monoxide in an occupied space can be fatal.
The best way to protect your family from carbon monoxide poisoning is to have a working CO alarm installed within the home. That's why Cleveland Fire is partnering with the Fire Museum to make combination CO smoke alarms available to Cleveland residents. But we need your help.
The Fire Museum is collecting tax-deductible donations to purchase combination CO smoke alarms to be installed by Cleveland firefighters across the city. If you or your company wish to donate, please visit our website, www.wrfmc.com, or call 216-664-6626 for more information.
Cleveland Fire wants to thank the Fire Museum for their partnership and thank you for your support in making Cleveland safer for everyone.
There's a new coffee spot now open in Cleveland City Hall. It's called 601 Coffee House, and it's on the first floor of City Hall. They sell coffee and some snack options, and they're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Well, just a heads up, they do not take cash.
For over a decade, independent bookstores across the country have celebrated the last Saturday in April as Indie Bookstore Day. TV20 visited Cleveland's only Black-owned bookstore in the city's Glenville neighborhood to learn how they're getting involved and more about their mission to be more than a bookstore to the community.
Big box retailers don't often care about the people in the community, and independent retailers do. We exist in brick and mortar shops. We're here to support the community.
Tucked along East 105th Street is Third Space Reading Room, an independent bookstore with a mission that goes far beyond its shelves.
We want the folks to come in. We want them to peruse. We want them to relax. We want them, especially here at Third Space, to treat Third Space like a third space. It's not your home. It's not your job.
So what exactly is a third space?
We want people to radically imagine what's possible for themselves here. And we hope that we're doing that, by providing a safe space.
A place to gather, to connect, and to be inspired. But a mission like that relies on community support. This Saturday, they're inviting Clevelanders to show up for Indie Bookstore Day.
And we're really happy to be partnering with 27 other local Cleveland area bookstores. So we'll be having in store a 20% off sale on everything in the store.
But the celebration is about more than just discounts. It's also about protecting access to stories and making sure every voice is heard.
In today's political climate, as we're trying to ban books and kind of rewrite history, it's a place where people are still committed to offering those books that you can find everyone's story.
And their commitment to Cleveland runs deep.
As gentrification moves into neighborhoods, the mission of Third Space Action Lab is to ensure that the people who already inhabit those communities aren't lost or overlooked.
Even with all that they've built, they say that they're just getting started, and they hope that the community will grow with them.
We have a ton of ideas, but we are a small team, and you can only do so much with what you have. So success looks like this continuing, but also growing, and that only happens with the support of the community, both locally and beyond.
Again, Indie Bookstore Day is this Saturday, April 25th. The Northeast Ohio Indie Bookshop Hop Passport program helps support local shops. And if you want to learn more about Third Space Reading Room, visit thirdspacereadingroom.com.
4 young people went overseas to Belize to learn more about agriculture, farming, and becoming entrepreneurs. And I met with 3 of them to learn their story. Lily Goodwin, Devontae Calloway Jr., and Slater Moss Coleman each told me of their 4-day adventure in Belize and all that they learned.
So I really wanted to go to Belize because it's an amazing opportunity, and it was super fun, first of all, and just getting to experience something like that, especially I'm 11, and you don't see most 11-year-olds having the opportunity to do things like that, and it was just amazing experience. And from Belize, I really brought in we don't really have to rely on technology, because that's what we do a lot. When we were out in Belize, it was was refreshing, going outside, doing all these different activities, learning new things.
Devontae Calloway Jr. is a budding entrepreneur, and he went to learn new ways to enhance his pickle business.
I had learned from them about, photosynthesis, even though I already knew, but they, they was refreshing my mind about photosynthesis and things about the plant, like seeds and stuff like that.
Slater Moss Coleman was interested in learning about Belize's architecture infrastructure.
I took so many things out of my trip from Belize. So because I'm interested in landscape architecture, I was really observing how their cities are built down there. And so our cities here, we have more buildings than trees, but there they have either more trees than buildings, or they have a good balance even in like their towns and their cities. And so that's really something I want to mimic in my work.
The trip was sponsored by Dr. Tenora Edwards through her foundation Pink and Black Honors.
We took 2 students from Aharon's agriculture program, and I brought in 2 students that came from the entrepreneur side. We decided to kind of look at some of the problems that were going on in our community, which was there could possibly be a food shortage. So we wanted to learn more about agriculture, and my component was to, if you have a farm, do you know how to sustain it? Do you know the business aspect of it?
The whole trip to Belize was set up and coordinated by Aharon Benkema, founder of the Agricultural Training Institute, Prolific Achievers Academy.
Red All Green Partnership for the past 5 years has adopted a school called Frank Setting in Belize, and I've been one of the main leading instructors for the school. And what we've done there is we've cultivated a garden for the students. We've taught them about a bunch of different things about keeping the environment clean, parts of the plant, photosynthesis, how to basically turn crops into products.
The students are back from their trip, eager to put what they learned into action. Stay with us. TV20 News. We'll be right back.
We are Cleveland. We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland. We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland. We are Cleveland and proud of it.
I'm Kate Connor-Morin, the director of Cleveland 311. One of the great things about Clevelanders is that we take pride in our city. Letting the city know about problems is one simple way to look out for your neighborhood. When you see something that needs attention, for example, a pothole, a missed trash pickup, graffiti in a city park, or problems with a building in your neighborhood, there's one easy number to remember. 311 is your connection to city services, the City of Cleveland's central, non-emergency hotline and website that provides easy access to city services and information. Whether you live here, work here, or are just visiting, our goal is to make it easier for you to report non-emergency issues either online or by phone. You can dial 311 or visit us online at clevelandohio.gov/311, and we'll make sure your request gets on the right path. If you submit your request online, you can create an account and track the status of your requests. This is your city, and with 311, you can help make Cleveland better for all of us.
Last week, we previewed the Power of Philanthropy Summit here in Cleveland, and a big announcement that came from that summit centered around ensuring the long-term impact of the Cleveland Black Futures Fund. Joining us now to talk about that is Terry Easton from the Cleveland Foundation and Belva Denmark-Tibbs from the Black Philanthropy Center. Belva, Terry, how are you guys?
Wonderful.
Great. Thank you guys so much for joining us again. Talk to me about what happened at the summit.
The summit was a wonderful convening of like-minded individuals that had an opportunity to not only discover what they wanted to learn more about philanthropy, but how they could take it to action.
Okay.
And so from the beginning to the end, we were able to not only create new partners, but to enhance relationships. And I dare say that it was one of the best philanthropic summits ever.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to all of the activity that will be continuing in the future.
Absolutely incredible. And one of the big things that came out is the endowment of the Black Futures Fund.
Yes.
Talk to me about how that all came to be and more about it.
So, as you mentioned before, it used to be called the Cleveland Black Futures Fund.
Okay.
We have evolved and it is now known as the Black Philanthropy Fund, and it was endowed specifically from the Cleveland Foundation with $3 million seeded for us to help not only explore the opportunity to give back with a focus on healthy communities, but to encourage others to contribute to support sustainability in the future within the community.
Okay. Belva, how has this fund helped you, or how have you been involved with it?
Well, I've been involved from a strategic point of view. We realized we wanted to do more than just convene. We wanted to do more than just have one meeting, and how do we sustain the changes and the solutions that are needed in the community? And our Black Philanthropy Fund is one way to do that. We're encouraging everyone to give to the fund because the more money we have, the more money we can give. So it's a wonderful opportunity to be strategic in our giving and in our philanthropy.
And speaking of that, talk to me about how people can give.
Absolutely. There is an opportunity to contribute specifically to this Affinity Fund, regardless of the amount. They can go directly to our website and look for the Affinity Fund as an opportunity to contribute.
Okay.
And just know that after the summit, we announced that we had applications opened for any nonprofit 501c3 who is looking at focusing in the areas. The target areas, again, the overall umbrella is healthy communities, but we're also looking at opportunity access, economic investment and wealth building, and of course, physical and mental health. So the thing that we want folks to know is that I'm sure if you are interested in these areas as we are, contribute, help us advance this mission and help us to support those organizations that we're passionate about.
Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for sharing that. I guess we'll round out with one final question, but what do you say, what is the importance of philanthropic efforts? Why should people at home give?
Well, everybody in the Black community has been giving some way. Most people give during, for the church, or they help a neighbor or things of that sort. What the Cleveland Foundation is able to do through the Black Philanthropy Center and our Black Philanthropy Fund is to give people a systematic way of giving. We can leverage the $50, the $100 gifts through investments and a variety of other things to truly make an impact. We're talking about moving from one-time giving to systematic giving. Okay. We're talking about image or impact over image. And those things that we're able to do together through the Cleveland Foundation and the Black Philanthropy Fund are much greater than what you can do as one individual, or at least for most of us.
Yes, absolutely incredible. Terry, as we wrap up here, anything that you would like to share that I didn't ask you about this incredible endowment?
Just know that the Cleveland Foundation, in particular the Black Philanthropy Center, looks forward to serving as a resource and a philanthropic partner. And if anyone has questions about what that on-ramp looks like, please contact us. It will be our honor, our privilege to serve as that philanthropic partner to help them navigate to the next step of their philanthropy.
Absolutely incredible. Belva Denmark-Timms with the Black Philanthropy Center and Terry Eason with the Cleveland Foundation. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Coming up next on TV20 Cleveland, a new episode of Make It in Cleveland. Kiara, which business did you visit this time?
Dan, this week we headed over to Elevate Barbershop in the city's Clark Fulton neighborhood. The barbershop is owned by James Santiago, who was actually born and raised in that neighborhood. He has a military background, but found his way back to Cleveland to open Elevate. Of course, Make It in Cleveland is all about highlighting local businesses and the help and resources that the city offers to get them going. In this case, it was the Steelyard TIF grant, which Santiago says he used to pay for signage, lights, shades, and some other interior items for his business. I can't wait for you all to check out this latest episode of Make It in Cleveland, and that's only here on TV20.
And thank you so much for watching, Kiara. Another great news in the books.
Another great week. My birthday's coming up. The weather's gonna break. Everything's gonna be great.
And I'll be singing to you on your birthday.
Thank you. Looking forward to it. Folks at home, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook, or subscribe to our YouTube.
You can also catch our live stream at clevelandohio.gov/TV20.
See you next time.